Honorable members of both houses of parliament, as the Iranian New Year draws near, I offer my warm greetings and thanks for your continued support of the Iranian people's resistance and fight for freedom and democracy. As winter ends and spring arrives, nature begins to blossom and life revive. Therefore, people of Iran consider their quest to end dictatorship and to obtain freedom as the spring of liberty. This is a just description of the desire of the Iranian people for freedom and democracy. Despite facing challenges and obstacles, the Iranian people have courageously fought for their rights and a brighter future. It is important to note that the people of Iran reject all forms of dictatorship, whether it be the Shah's regime or the religious tyranny. They seek a democratic republic where they can freely express their opinions and beliefs, form their political parties, hold a true, free, and fair elections, participate in the decision makings, and live in peace and prosperity. Iran is currently at a critical moment. Despite facing brutal repression, the resistance units and brave young Iranians have expanded their activities. In the last 2 months, every day, dozens of symbols of the regime's repression were destroyed in different cities. The Iranian regime poisoning of schoolgirls has provoked many protests in cities across Iran. The regime wants to intimidate the Iranian girls who played a decisive role in the recent uprising to stop the wave of protests. I also appreciate Lord Alton's call for an urgent and transparent investigation by the UN Human Rights Council. The current regime is unable to provide any solutions to the country's economic, social, and political crisis. The conditions for change are ready. The protests led by brave Iranian women, which began in September, reveal two realities. First, the Iranian people are determined to overthrow the clerical regime. And second, the regime is weaker than ever. The current situation has led the regime to step up repression while launching a campaign of disinformation and demonization against the People's Mujahideen Organization, the main force for change in Iran. Following the visit of the Right Honorable David Jones and Honorable Bob Blackman from Ashraf Tree and the announcement of the Declaration of Solidarity and support from 250 British parliamentarians, we had many positive reactions from Iranian people, while the regime's officials reacted with anger. The British government and the Western countries must support the Iranian people with practical actions, not just words. Designating the IRGC as a terrorist entity should be the first step. The regime's embassies, which provide logistical support for terrorist operations in Europe, must be closed. The regime's project to obtain nuclear weapons continues rapidly, and the United Nations should reactivate the 6 UN Security Council's resolutions and impose comprehensive sanctions. Delaying to blacklist the IRGC and delaying to reactivate the UN resolutions will only result in the spread of more terrorism and warmongering abroad, and will provide the regime with a chance to obtain nuclear weapons. Parliamentary debate and your other efforts to ban the IRGC are a reminder to the British government and international community of the need to adopt a decisive policy towards the mullahs. The Iranian people's goal is to overthrow the current regime in its entirety to obtain freedom, and there is no doubt this will be achieved. As we celebrate the Iranian New Year, let us renew our commitment to establish freedom and democracy in Iran. May this new year bring freedom and democracy to the people of Iran and peace and security to the region and the world. Once again, thank you for your support. With all my best wishes for the new Iranian year.